Kumusta mga Bisadya? Good morning and welcome to my channel. This is once again your friend, ang Injong ang Injong amigo nga puro nga Bisadya nga taga Southern Leyte, Region 8 in the Philippines. This is Frederick Aniga, and once again I would like to welcome you all in this conversation. Well, before proceeding, I would like to bring you to one of the attractions in our province here in Southern Leyte. One time, we had an academic activity in one of the places in Maasin City. And that activity was held in one of the resorts. Actually, this is a mountain resort. And I would like to bring you to Libho Hill Resort. Libho actually is one of the barangays of Maasin City. So if you plan to travel and visit Southern Leyte, you drop by Maasin City and visit one of its places, that is Libho Hill Resort. And you will enjoy its amenities. Of course, you can bring your family. They have their cottages in which you can stay for overnight or perhaps as many days as you want. While you are enjoying the place. This is very accessible by land, no? Kasi naman po sementado po yung daan galing sa highway papasok doon sa Libho Hill Resort. I do not know gaano kalayo, basta sa tansya ko lang, in my estimate, it is siguro mga 11 kilometers from the highway and about 15 kilometers or 16 kilometers from the city proper. But anyway, yung travel po naman ay sulit na sulit talaga. It's worth it. If you visit and stay at Libho Hill, it is a very beautiful place. Your children and kids can enjoy the swimming pool and you will also enjoy the amenities. They have a room that could accommodate siguro mga 9 persons, and then they have this big place in which you can also have events like wedding reception or birthday parties or conferences, and of course the swimming pool, which is the highlights of the place. By the way, for this month we are celebrating the World Teachers Month. So I am dedicating this video for all the teachers out there because they are the unsung hero in our society, in our community. And I am glad that I belong to a family of teachers. Both my parents are teachers, and of course my relatives are also into teaching, and I myself is also a teacher. And it feels good to be recognized, no, and appreciated of all our efforts that we exerted for the sake of our community or our society. Well, teaching, as for many, is considered a profession. But I would like to show you the other dimension of teaching, not of a profession, but rather as a vocation. What is the difference between profession and vocation? Well, when we speak of profession, it talks about being professional. And to be professional on something means you are very skillful. And the skill is so high, no, to a certain degree or level that you are already master of your craft. So, if you are a professional boxer, then you should be a good boxer. If you are a professional basketball player, then you should be a very good basketball player. You are a professional player, a professional singer. So when we speak of profession, of professionals, these are people who are master of their craft. And with this mastery, no, whenever they render their services, it will be for a pay. That is why we have professional engineers, professional doctors and nurses, and other professions, because it is expected that they are master, they are good in their chosen craft. And of course, whenever they render service, when they use their profession, it will be for a pay. They receive salary or honorarium or whatever you call it, professional fee, for example, or talent fee for performers. Now, teaching is also classified, although for many they call teaching as a profession, but for some, and I would like to share this with you today, teaching is a vocation. The term vocation is commonly used for those work or task that is of religious affiliation. That is why we have vocation for the priests, priestly vocation, vocation for religious brothers, for nuns, for pastors. No? So when God calls them to serve the church, then it is called a vocation. So with this, it implies that vocation is something that is sacred. It is sacred because it is God calling someone to serve Him and to serve His church. And so if ever or whenever a person is being called and he or she has the vocation, then that person should be blessed. The same thing is applied to a teacher. Teaching is considered a vocation. Someone who is being called for teaching is called to serve the society for a noble cause or reason. Originally, in the olden time, especially in ancient Greek civilization, especially during the time of Socrates, teaching was considered a religious task in which one who is called to be a teacher is commissioned to hone, to train, to form the soul of a young man. So a teacher during the early Greek period is called to train a young individual, a young man, together with his soul and his body, so that that individual or that person will grow up and become a good member of the society with strong body and healthy spirit. And during those times, to be called a teacher, and of course it is a vocation, the person does not expect for any fee. So when he renders his service as a teacher, then it will be for free. Because by being a teacher itself is already a blessing. It is a special assignment. It is a special calling that is so noble, that will bring that person who is considered a teacher in a higher status in the society. He is a respected individual in the society. He is somebody with integrity. He is someone that is highly esteemed by the people in the community because his calling is something that is blessed, something that is holy, something that is noble. And so when he teaches and when he trains young boy or young individual, then he is responding to the call given to him by God, for example. And that is why even during those times, there are people who are teaching in the agora or in the marketplace for a fee, no, for pay. Then they are being looked down by the community, by the society, because teaching is not supposed to be considered a profession. It should not be downgraded so as they are being paid by people in the marketplace for those who would listen to their teaching. And with that, perspective, we can say that even today, teaching should not be considered a profession, but rather it is a vocation. It is just sad to think about people who are, enticed to enter the teaching life, not because it is their passion, not because it is their, response to a call, but rather they think that it is a way of freeing themselves from the bondage of poverty. It now becomes a source of living. And that is sad, because going back to the Greek civilization, early Greek civilization, teaching is a vocation, and teaching is a noble, is a holy assignment or task that is given to an individual. But setting this aside, I would like to highlight the importance of the role of the teachers in the community. They said that without teachers, there can be no professionals. There can be no doctors, there can be no engineers, nurses, and other professions. Because for them to be what they are, they need teachers. So, a teacher is someone who is important in the community. A teacher is somebody who needs to be respected. A teacher is someone who must be highly esteemed. And that is why this is also the challenge of a teacher. That once you will become a teacher, you have to put into your mind and into your heart the burden of the duty and obligation that you have on your shoulders. That being a teacher, you have this great responsibility to keep the name of the teaching life holy and noble. That is why a teacher should live an upright life. A teacher should live a good life because he or she is being considered a model by the people in the community. This makes teachers special because even outside the school, you are highly regarded by the people in the community. That is why it is our responsibility to keep the teaching profession or the teaching life noble and respected. There are a lot of people who have the desire to enter teaching, but they should be of right motive and purpose. They should become teacher because first and foremost, they have love and they have passion in teaching. They serve the children, they serve the people because they find meaning in teaching. It should be clear in their mind that becoming a teacher is not for any financial reason or purpose. Because I tell you, nobody becomes rich in teaching. Teachers are not well paid. In fact, there are some who would say, relative to the salary of a teacher, they say, the net take-home pay of a teacher cannot take them home. Do you understand? The net take-home pay of a teacher cannot take them home. Meaning to say, the salary of a teacher is not enough for them to live a luxurious life. Perhaps a convenient life, but not luxurious life. But anyhow, even if the pay of a teacher is only enough to live a convenient life, but that makes still teaching a good and noble task. That is why, for all the teachers out there, for all the teachers in the entire world, from whatever country you come from, I would like to congratulate you for accepting the challenge of being a teacher. We have sacrificed so much. Being a teacher does not end in the four corners of your classroom or within the school premises. Because being a teacher means you will have to be a teacher even outside the school premises. This means you have to prepare your lesson even at home. This means that you have to stay awake even in the middle of the night because you are preparing for the learning materials or the instructional materials that you are going to utilize in your class. This means to say that sometimes you have to sacrifice quality time with your family because you have to have home visitations. You have to visit the family of a pupil, of a student who is not doing good in your class. This means to say that you have to attend to 30 or 40 pupils, taking into considerations their individual characteristics, but at the same time keeping your cool. No? You just can't imagine. Some parents or some mother can lose their temper attending to their one or two children at home. But you just have to imagine a teacher handling 40 students with different background and keeping their cool at the same time, because we always have to be reminded of the policy, specifically of the prohibition of the corporal punishment. The teachers are not allowed to touch their pupils. And it is a big challenge. Nevertheless, there are a lot of young men and women who are moving or who are entering the world of teaching, and I would like to congratulate everybody for that. But just be reminded that if in case you have decided to enter the world of teaching, then you should have the 3H. No. The 3H. The head, the heart, and the hand. The head, meaning to say you should have the knowledge. You should have the skill of teaching. We have the saying that we cannot give what we don't have. At the same time, that's true. We cannot teach what we do not know. That is why while you are still studying and preparing yourself to become a teacher, then you should fill your mind with all the knowledge required of you. No? And even teachers, there is no stop in learning. You continue to learn. You continue to read and be aware and understand all the things that are happening in the world today. We cannot teach what we don't know. And of course, the second H is heart. You should have the heart for teaching. You should have the passion for teaching. You should love teaching because of the challenges that await you once you enter the classroom. Then you should have the passion for teaching, because if you don't love teaching in the first place, then life of a teacher would be like that of, you're like in a hell. No. It would be very difficult. It would be very burdensome if you don't love teaching, if you don't have the passion for teaching. But if in the first place you love teaching very much and you have passion for teaching, then all these things, all these difficulties, all these challenges will just be a flavoring that will make your world more colorful and meaningful. And of course, the third H is the hands, meaning to say you should develop the skills in teaching, the pedagogy, the strategies, the method of teaching, because these are important so that your pupils and students will be interested to attend your class. So, life of a teacher is not that easy, but if you love teaching, then it would be the best work that we can ever have in this world. So once again, I would like to congratulate, kudos to all the teachers. Mabuhay po tayong lahat ng mga guro, and to all the teachers out there, congratulations. Happy World Teachers Month to each and everyone. This has been your friend Frederick Aniga. Thank you for watching my video. Daghang salamat.